So without further ado, because we're pressing time, please help me welcome our beloved Rabbi Rachel Short.
How do you follow that? Like, what? Wow, another hand for Tiana. I love Tiana so much as a person and as a sister, and those words right now, like, oh, you are powerful. You good, Steph? Sorry, we were struggling through the song. We had a moment. Oh, wow. No, truly, that was wonderful. I am worthy of receiving. I stand here in the light. In my service, I give freely and reach the highest of heights. Okay, bye. Got it all right there. No, but in all seriousness, I think we should take a moment to close our eyes and truly let the energy of what just flowed through and what just came through resonate and enter ourselves. Bring awareness to the breath. This vast spaciousness. This energy that flows through us. Maybe you can find a sound in nature. It sounds like it's the most distant. And then hear the silence underneath it. That spaciousness. That love. That we are worthy of receiving. The light that we are. That we can not only stand in, but we can be. So in this moment, I choose to say, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu, v'kiyamanu, v'higianu, lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, the Eternal One, the love, the Creator, the essence that is us, breathes us, flows through us, that we hear underneath all. Thank you for giving us this moment, this place to come together in this love, in this oneness. And please know that we are worthy of receiving you and your love. And so it is. Amen and amen. So I think life is biblical. And I think this morning's service to me is a deep, deep reminder of just how biblical, mystical, we read these stories like Genesis and the snake, like he was talking about earlier, and we think that they're so far off. And then he talks about ripping a head off a snake, and we know that they're maybe not that far off. But what none of you noticed is when he shared his creative thought, his first words were, look at the trees. Pay attention to the trees. And I'm coming up here to talk to you kind of about trees and nature because tomorrow is Tu B'Shvat, celebration with the full moon and trees and the Jewish Arbor Day, if you will. And in my speech, I kind of wrote the rap and everything I'm going to share. It was all about worthiness and love and trust and how this nature that we are, this essence that we are, doesn't question us. Here's an example of my biblical life. I'm not making this up, okay? I have a pet donkey that adopted me as of 3 weeks ago. Yes, I'm a rabbi with a donkey. Very strange. The donkey found me, has been coming to our property for 6-7 months now. He was my neighbor's donkey. They abandoned it, neglected, did not take care of it. A few months ago I come home and it's standing in the corner of my road. Donkey goes back to its home, whatever. A few months later, I'm driving down the street, donkey's in the road again. And this keeps happening. A few weeks ago, Kelly, my partner, says to me, something took a really weird poop on our lawn. I don't know what this is. Then as of 3 weeks ago, this donkey showed up at my house and has not left. I now have a pet donkey. And so I've been thinking about just how biblical this really is. I mean, can we talk about rabbis and donkeys? We can talk about Bible and all these things. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, I can't make this up. This is just crazy. But then I start to think about the deeper wisdom of the donkey medicine, if you will. And the donkey medicine that I've been finding is donkeys are mistaken for being stubborn, when in reality, they don't move when there's any fear. They wait until they have no fear within their bodies, no anxiety, no stress. They feel supported, and then they move. The donkey and I have now become friends. It was not right that way. I was not going to run up and feed a carrot. Sure, we did before, but I let him come to me. And I'm seeing the medicine in this waiting till we can't move. And then I stopped to think about, okay, donkey's nature, right? He's the nature of what we are. All animals, we can look at them for the path. Trees, we can look at them for the path. Any sort of wisdom. And the other day I had an encounter where I don't even remember who I was with or what I was doing. Someone made a comment about me not being a good surfer. And it hurt my ego. The day before, someone had made a comment about me being a rabbi. Touched my ego. And as I was driving home that day, we know I love to talk about the ego. As I was driving home that day, I thought to myself, Rachel, consider the source. And then I stopped for a second and was like, the source. We say this is a way to put things off, right? Not to take anything personally, which I try not to do. I know that person talking about me being a bad surfer is really their own insecurities, right? Someone doubts me as a rabbi, that's their own spiritual questioning. I don't take that personally. But this consider the source. And I stopped to think, what is the source? The source, right? The one. The oneness that we all are. The theme this month is the colors of love, that we are all love in this body of love. And to me, that is the source of what we all are. Love is not a verb. Love to me is not, Valentine's Day and buying gifts and taking one day a year where you show someone this hypothetical thing of love. No. Love is what we are. Love is the essence of God and the universe and the very source that creates us and gives us life. So if we stop to think about the fact that we consider the source, how often do we do that with our own thoughts and our own realities? I know my head can be not a very nice place. And the source of me, that's not their thoughts. That's not the one's thoughts. The divine isn't giving me those thoughts. Those are the ego thoughts. Those are the doubtful thoughts, right? So I've been thinking more about this. Consider the source. And now when I talk to myself in my head, I consider the source. I'm not the best source. I'm not. I don't think any of us are. But when we stop and think, okay, but in these moments where I am source, right? The moments where me as Rachel Short is not the source. But where what flowed through Tiana and what flowed through the creative thought and what flows through the wind and the trees and this epic full super moon, the first of the year, that source. Now that's the source to consider in my mind. That's the source that we need to be listening to. The source that doesn't take anything personally. The source that says, look at the way a leaf falls, gracefully, beautifully in its place. It's not questioning. Look at the way nature flows. Look at the way the tree stands there ready to take on any storm. It doesn't say, you know what, God, I can't handle this hurricane right now, so you better back up. What does God say? Sorry, tree, I'm coming anyway. And what does the tree do? Stands there strong, mighty, rooted. Nature, the essence of our bodies, the essence of it all to me is love. And when we look at anything around us and we just take a moment to pause, we can feel that love that we are. This love that is not found in a day or a month or even a moment, but the love that we are, that is us, that never leaves us, that sustains us, and that gives us life. To me, no matter what language you speak, no matter what mystical or spiritual path you are walking, we are all speaking the language of love. It's just in different dialects. We are all walking the same mountain. We're just climbing different paths. But they're all the path back to that one source. And when we feel that undeniable, unequivocal, unconditional, unwavering, unfounded, pure love, that's the source. That's who we are. That's what we are. That's where we came from. That's where we'll go back to. The trees, the nature, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, whatever you want to call it. We might be spirits in this body on loan, but I don't see that piece of bamboo questioning that. Maybe that's what we have to learn. That Valentine's Day is every day. That Love Day is every day. The Jewish Arbor Day, Tu B'Shvat, the beginning of these trees, and when we celebrate and connect to nature, it's just a reminder to connect with what? The source, the oneness. Every opportunity, whether it's a holiday, an experience, the moment, or a stressful situation that you want to run away from, is an opportunity to connect with source. So with that said, I'm going to share a little, what I do. Rabbi rap with you, to be true. On this divine full moon, it just came through. I'm just talking right now, I'm not reading. But there's something big going on. I can't be the only one that feels this, right? 2020 is like, whoa, all right, we're kicking things off. This first supermoon, whoa, talk about emotions there. Mercury's about to go in retrograde, not to get all hippy-dippy, but all these things play a part. And I am traveling at the end of this month. It's really exciting. I was invited to attend a national conference in Connecticut called Knesset, where they pick like 20 Jews from across the world who are pioneering Jewish leadership and bring them together. I was really In addition, they picked me, chose me as one of 3, where there was originally only 3, but then they read an essay I wrote, and now it's 4. I'm going to be on a panel speaking about oneness and unity. And I wrote about how I speak here every month. I wrote about my view of Judaism, monotheism, that we are one, this oneness that we all share, and that spiritual community, religion, and cultures, and all these things that have been separate, we're going to see phase out. And they wrote me back saying that they believe that's how spiritual communities are going to look in the next 20, 50 years, just like this. It's going to be that, right? It's going to be what we're doing in this room, recognizing the oneness, the love that we all share. So I was thinking about all this as I was meditating and everything. And oneness, nature, love, the source. Aloha, shalom, so grateful to be here. Being the change, welcoming love over fear. The change we need is abundantly clear. For one and for all, you are worthy, my dear. It's time we start moving, kick things into gear. We are here now because we're meant to be here. To look forward and focus, not behind at the rear. We are the creators. Our lives we do steer. And I don't know about you, but I'm moving up a tier. Choosing my best life, choosing to be here. The sound of the divine whispers in my ear, talking to you too, letting you know it is near. I believe we're all mystics, a sage or a seer, supported with the power of the most stable peer. The almighty and awesome, the one that is you, that gave you life and now flows through you, that put you here for a reason, something you're meant to do, your divine mission and purpose, the journey you walk through. Learning the lessons, some old and some new, sometimes making the change rather difficult to do. Obstacles are illusions. Your only block is you. You don't have to believe me, but I know this to be true. There's no way around pain. We can't go out but through. And sometimes it's most needed where it seems too hard to be true. There are bigger things happening, cosmic forces at brew, guiding us now as one divine crew. Those who seek change, the many or few, will one day look back see how much they grew. They will see their celebration, their creation, the lines that they drew, knowing they were the architect, the divine draws the blue. Knowing they did what they were put here to do, reflecting the rainbow, we are God's hue. We all shine that light, Christian, Muslim, Hindu. The wisdom is the same, whether you're a yogi or a Jew. This wisdom is ancient. It's really nothing new. It just needs to be re-downloaded in a way that's relevant and true. The butterfly was a caterpillar long before it flew, now able to see from a different point of view. But it had to be alone in darkness. There's no option in lieu. Forming its chrysalis, in its cocoon it must stew. It's so beyond scary, like there's something just waiting to scream boo. But when we choose comfort over courage, it's that we rue. When we're down in the trenches, metaphorically covered in poo, we feel like an animal stuck in a zoo. We can choose to be angry, scream, or sue, but we will always get through it and come out like, woo. Gratitude is so simple, like hearing my daughter moo, but it's in the moments you need it. It can be the hardest to do. Trees and nature can teach us a lot about who we are and who we are not, about flowing with life, about growth and rot, about the truth of our impact and the damage we've brought, about the essence we are that can't be sold or bought, about standing our ground when there's a fight to be fought. Ohia, spruce, cedar, or pot, all trees carry wisdom we need to be taught. Standing strong and proud always, no fear to be caught. Leaves fall with grace, knowing all is in place. They fall peaceful and freely at that divine pace. Nature has no concern for taking up space. It's the essence we are, our true home base. It knows nothing of time, there is no race. The truth of God, nothing can replace. The essence of unity, this is the case. I believe, seeing nature, we look God in the face. You are a divine piece of nature too. You are a miracle, and the divine flows through you. Your body is your temple. This is nothing new. That is the vessel for what you're put here to do. Your body, your mind, your spirit, all you, the reflection of God, that bright rainbow hue. We all flow as one, a divine noble crew, on this spaceship called Earth, on the search for what's true. And when we're flowing as one with the moon and the sun, sometimes it's not easy and it's not always fun. We can choose to be patient or cut and run, but the mission is the same. There's more to be done. You are here for a reason. Your replacement is none. Life is a challenge. I'll make that clear, hun. I could try and make it funny with a joke or a pun, but reality is real, filled with shock and stun. But when we know we're supported, we are always at home. We are the source. We are never alone. Our journey is just that. We wander and roam, but we always move upwards, and we can choose to be grown. We are spirit, embodies on loan. Being human is spiritual, that wisdom we own. Signs all around us, we are constantly being shown. The caterpillar becomes a butterfly and flew to places unknown. For beyond where she thought she could have ever flown, you are the butterfly, the tree, the bone. That is the message. That is the tone. We are the source. Mahalo. Shalom.